Okay, so now we have both camera recording and microphone recording, hopefully. Let's see. Okay. Hello. So hopefully we're now recording audio to the camera. I was supposed to record it separately, but the Bluetooth seemed to connect. Unlike the guidance said, it shouldn't, but let's see. Let's check the camera and it shows recording. So hopefully I didn't lose audio. So I haven't checked the video yet. So I think that I lost audio in the previous video that I made, and it seems like they have actually fixed DJI Mic 2 to Insta360 X4 connection, so that now it actually records automatically, like the Bluetooth connects automatically and things work. So that would be fantastic, and that would mean that like I don't have to worry about remembering to click every time as long as I start recording. So if that happened, I'm super happy, because then the connection works perfectly and I have everything in order that I want it to be for the Bluetooth and the microphone and so on. The quality is a bit worse, so I might have to consider many things, but the good thing is that like I have better ease of use. So yeah, today is a sunny day, and I was planning to take you on a walk around the Terre and then like continue from there to home. And yeah, so we're gonna walk around the funeral station or like funeral grounds, and then we're gonna reach the Ruoholahti gateway, and I'm gonna head from there to the next place. So yeah, it's a nice day today, and we're on our way towards Eastern. So this is video before Eastern. We're gonna see this somewhere in May actually, because like I'm trying to make videos ahead of time. I'm gonna try and have about 4 weeks of videos ahead of time. So LinkedIn posts, etc. 4 weeks ahead, so that I don't have to stress about these. So same thing as I have in LinkedIn posts right now, but same thing for videos and so on. So we'll see what that's gonna look like. And I might still make other videos on top of these recorded videos, but it's more about, same as in LinkedIn, I'm doing more posts. But like the whole idea is, if I have enough videos in the backlog, the work is more creative. Like I don't feel locked in on this topic. I can actually focus on the fun time I'm having making a video, and then I can start editing and I can start like practicing the actual creation process. So yeah, today I was like talking about how products have always issues. That's like I think today's topic would be that, like how every product we've ever taken into use or ever taken into use has its own problems. Like it's always, and it's the same in organization transformations. So whenever you change anything in organization, it has its own problems and own challenges, and we'll see where it's gonna go. Like every time we take a step towards guiding people or like picking things, we're gonna pick between like good and a bad. So anytime you select a process or want to change a process, it will include bad things also, because you can't just pick the best topics out of the box and get them into use. Like you will have some bad things every time, and you have to focus on those bad things to understand what are you doing, why are we doing it, and where are we going. So everything starts by defining what should we be doing, what are the things that we know at the moment are bad, why do we see those bad things as risks or challenges that are not going to take us forward. So let's say you are looking into Code Assistants. Today when I'm recording it, at the moment Cursor is the top dog of the game. So looking at it, if you have no Code Assistant, you would be looking at, okay, should we pick Cursor? It would be the current safest selection. It's built AI native. It's gonna follow all the use cases that we know of. It will have all the features we need of. And the tool is selected. Tool will be quite good in the current landscape of things. But if we buy it for a year, what's going to happen in a year? So if we look at the AI space, buying a tool for a year might be too long. It's like the space keeps moving. But at the same time, if you consider it from the other angle, it's hard to buy things for a monthly basis and change them constantly. Just training and guiding people is going to be hard. It's okay if we need to consider the tools and processes and things that we're going to do in the next 12 months. What should we pick? Because we know Cursor is at the moment top dog. It has these features like agent mode being seamless, being integrated to your actual developer's flow, being there to help you develop faster, making your life easier, simplifying development process, making things more visible. So all of this is there. So then the question is, can we somehow get these benefits without Cursor? There's a lot of other things for Cursor also, but just making it simple. So you start looking at it and you're like, okay, we could actually go with Copilot from Microsoft. We know Microsoft is not gonna lose this spot. They're gonna keep developing it and get more features in. And we could get a tool and keep it in for a year. There's a great onboarding process, there's great onboarding material, there's trainings, there's guidance. Okay, that's pretty good. So what other is there? Well, we could also take a look at GitHub Duo. But that's a bit behind on the editor side, but they're a bit ahead, or have been a bit ahead in the actual online side. So how are we doing things? What are we doing in the online space? What happens, the web UI, getting RCAs, automating pull requests. And that's fantastic. Would that be where we see the bigger time consumption? Is that where we want to improve the game? Is that where the focus should be? And it's about comparing these three. Reality is that picking any one of these three is not really the problem, because you don't know about the future. Each one of them is working on their AI development. Each one of them is pushing it hard and pushing money on it, trying to solve the thing. But what is fitting to your strategy? So right now, I want on-premise AI models. Okay, go to GitHub Duo. That has that in a possibility, but it's gonna cost a lot of money. So Cursor has an option for that, and it costs less money. So would it be easier to train people to put the configurations into the file and get the on-premise models? Possibly. It's not impossible. It will get the consumption down from Cursor side, and we will get an easy control on what are you using. But is it something we want to do? Again, question. What are the risks? How do we want to do it? And it's this table. You start filling it, and then you start understanding what is the challenge that we were solving. What's the X? And when we start understanding what is the challenge and what are we trying to do, we start understanding what are we wanting to buy. And the same thing actually works on the other side of things. Like if we're actually like developing, like selling, you start by defining what is the customer's problem. And then you start defining what's the solution. Are we the solution? Can we do the solution? And that becomes like this definition game. It has its difficulties, but yeah, figuring those is always a challenge. Yeah. So, what would you pick? What's your selection on the tool? How do you run these kind of frameworks through? How do you think about these? What's your purchasing process? How do you know you do? How do you measure that process? How do you measure that you solve the correct thing? Do you do trainings? That's the big question. So, like, especially in the AI and technology space, we usually see people skimping out on trainings because we assume, yeah, the IT people are going to learn it. Now we're starting to see that they're not actually learning it. We're pushing more and more tools down their throats, and doing consolidation is actually happening now because developers just can't take it. Like, there's too many tools. You're starting to like bog down the developers with the amount of tools they're working on. There is too much content switching. There is too much on their table. And that's why we're also hoping that AI will solve all of this. But if your tooling is not in order, the whole pipeline is going to blow up. And then you have like bad code on top of bad code. And we're now seeing like the first thing, which is like LLM, so ChatGPT for example, is when it provides code, it provides non-existing libraries. So the hallucination figures this is the library that should do it. And the attackers are trying to figure out what libraries would those be and making a malware on those libraries. So you can actually attack the just generated code by properly figuring out what are the prompts, what would be the libraries, and generating those libraries to the npm.org, etc. And then attack those new applications. Because when they do npm install to get the packages in their laptop, or pip install in Python, it gets you a malware, and you get that laptop. Like crypto is never been so easy to put there. So then you're like, hey, pay us or we will lock this laptop down. And if they don't, well, you didn't lose anything because the attack cost you 0 euros. And like, you can even name it malware.org into the fucking place. And that's how you attack AI now. Like, AI is creating all kinds of new vulnerabilities to us that nobody is on top of. You can prevent it with proper binary management. Doesn't exist in most companies. Proper software bill of materials doesn't exist in most companies. Proper permission modules on the laptop that the developer is using doesn't exist in most companies. So like, we're gonna see so much stupid ideas happening because we're skimping out and focusing on, hey, AI is gonna solve the developers away from us. And in reality, the developers have been the only gatekeeper for this kind of stuff. And now they're using AI and they're not understanding this. So it's gonna be even worse. And if you don't think about these things right now, it's gonna start biting you in the ass. So like, how do you train people to do this? How do we get them to track these things? What are we tracking? How are we tracking? where are we going with this tooling? And that's going to be a big question. Like, yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty scared of that. So like, how do we actually make sure IT doesn't become a attack vector in whole against everything? So now that we have some walking data, let's swap to a bicycle and get us some data on how are we doing if I bicycle on this with this new setup, because like I wanna compare these two. So we should be now all fine and dandy to get some records on me bicycling home, and you just hopefully get some data and like you get to see Helsinki a bit faster. So we're gonna probably see a lot of bicycling actually here, because like I'm trying to figure out, like I'm trying to use the city bikes this year a bit more. I don't like bicycling, but like I like talking to myself, and if the audio quality is anywhere near what I want it to be, I don't mind bicycling to have a content. Like I know like I don't know if anybody wants to see my rambles, and I know it makes more sense if you see the city around at the same time, because I enjoy seeing on YouTube like different countries and how they're walking there. I'm just talking about life, as I said in the I think episode 1, and this route is full of life. So like I'm just taking it slowly, enjoying life, talking about topics, and it's helping me quite a lot on like figuring out what's going to happen, where are we going, and what should I expect. So yeah, we're bicycling around the graveyard today. This is the Etutöö graveyard, so in the city center basically. And my grandpa actually is there. When he died, we placed his ashes there next to my grandma. So yeah, some sentiment. Yeah. You're gonna hear me oof a lot, because it's a uphill battle most of the way. So I've been now doing bouldering, and it's like doing it is fun. The after effects on my fingers sucks. I'm still like learning a lot and trying to get better. How do you like climb and do things? Yeah. So here there's a cafeteria usually during summer, and yeah, it's a nice place. It does advertise already. Not sure if they're actually open. Yeah, so taking it slow, and if we would turn left at the top of this, we would get to the user route, and you would see the Campi again and the Bana that I was talking last time. So yeah, hard to talk when you're in bad shape. That's part of the beauty of walking, bicycling, to get better in shape. So yeah, yesterday was the regional vote in Finland. So this is Monday before Easter and after the regional vote. And yeah, nothing like, yeah, the news is saying magical, but like reality is that like the right-wing party Kokoomus didn't change their position at all. The only ones that tumbled were Green Party and the True Finns. But the True Finns have historically been really bad at the regional votes. This year was no different. SDP was the biggest winner, so the Social Democratic Party. So we've been taking a lot of debt, and people are wondering why do we take more debt? It's to pay more debt. So we're in a vicious cycle in Finland. There is no real economic growth at the moment happening, and we would need some winning companies and them starting paying taxes to Finland, but we haven't really gotten that, and we have a long way to go to get that working, and it's starting to show everywhere. And our economy has been built around economic growing. At the moment we are not growing, so you know how that works. No growth means no growth. So if there's no growth, you can't expect to get more money into the government's cash. So if there's no more money, but the salaries keep rising and everything else keeps rising, it means the government is broke. And that's where we are at the moment. And it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So we're not fucked enough, so we think. things could still be worse or better. So we're gonna probably screw up our economy and then hope that it's gonna get better. So like someone told me, I would love to see the good times, and there is like the good times require innovation and courage to start doing things, and Finland isn't that courageous. Like we're trying to fix the situation without actually acknowledging anything that we're good at, and trying to focus on the things that used to make money or are making money right now. It's too hard of a wind. I have to walk the bike. I have to work the bike. I don't know how often you see me walking the bike on this. It's not even a steep hill. It's just a Baltic Sea. It's pushing the wind here. So assuming the bike is working, you don't hear it. But like, holy shit, I can feel it in my, like while walking, that I'm being pushed back. And yeah, brutal conditions on bad bicycling of me. Yeah, so thank you everybody for joining me. I'm gonna stop here and see how it works, if I have audio, and yeah, thanks.